It's your boy Touchy Japan back with another episode of ATAS across time and space. Woo! Yo, I was on it today. I was on it today. I actually did my ceiling technique, and the job is ready to get started. Yes. I'm joined by my co-host over on CrossXCulture. I'm allowing him to introduce himself, even though he requires no self-introduction. Go ahead, hit it off, Ace.
You already know it's your boy of Ace of CrossXCulture. I'm stumbling over my words just a little bit. Just a little excited. Because we are on episode 95.
95.
You got 6 more episodes, including this one, to hit us down in the comment section. Not the live comments, down below. And we will enter you in for the giveaway.
I see.
Look, we want to give back to our community.
Hi. 私たちのコミュニティに還元したいです。Go ahead, どうぞ. I'm just saying what you said.
I mean, I hear you. I'm not trying to talk over you.
Yeah. But we just translate.
Okay, all right.
I mean, they got it, man.
Yeah, because we are across time and space. We got audiences in 2 different countries primarily.
We got 2 countries, 3 locations, all virtual. And yeah, it's beautiful. It's all coming together. Raise your cups. If you want one of these lovely cups, ladies and gentlemen. If you need one of these lovely cups, ladies and gentlemen,
come on.
Go ahead, hit that in the comment, and not in the comment section below, but in the description below. Got a link directly to that at a discount. Meaning, yeah, because it's a discount right now. When everybody start asking for them, we're gonna have to raise that. We're gonna have to raise
the price back up.
The supply is available at this time, so go ahead, get yourself a cup.
Supply and demand.
You do drink something in the morning. Why not? These kind of motions, like going through, taking a sip, making your coffee by hand, grinding it in the mill. Or pumping your own water if you're down there in Calexico. Do you guys have you ever pumped water down there?
We don't have to pump our own water. There's no wells here. Crazy.
I mean it's wells up and down Chiba. Like I can literally go somewhere and pump some water right there, out of the ground. But on my jaw. There's
no desert. It's not a desert there.
It's not a desert. It's not a desert. You are right. You are correct.
Yeah. That's what we're dealing with.
Yo, but what we dealing with today, the soup du jour.
Soup du jour.
Yeah, du jour is what's our soup du jour today? Yeah, no.
What's the soup du jour, man?
Gentler movements for a longer life. It sounds kind of bad now that I'm actually saying it aloud. Yeah, no, it's better to say, those type of movements.
Gentler movements for a longer life.
My mother and her whole generation, man, you couldn't say well, hold on. I'm not gonna get banned for saying the word BM, right?
BM? A bowel movement?
Yeah.
If you say it that way, then there's no issue.
Right. Well, with her, like she was calling BMs. So you can't say movement without her being like,
oh no.
You're talking about those movements, Allie. You're talking about those movements, baby. Right. I'm like,
oh no.
Mom. Don't be a junior high school student. All right, I get you. Mom, thank you. I love you. All right. My whole background is my whole reality, bro. I'm telling you. That's how we get to here. But today's conversation is about gentler movements for a longer life. We connect them very closely so that the search engine optimizes, so that people who are looking for the conversation about how to move for a better life can find it. A lot of these things were hitting like close to home, just specifically for me, because like the first thing he said before even going into like the deep esoteric Eastern practices, we talked about radio Taiso. Have you heard of radio Taiso? Yes, I have.
Have I heard of radio Taiso? I've done radio Taiso on multiple occasions.
You've done radio Taiso. Now, what was this?
Sorry, can you say that again? I didn't hear you.
Right. Hold on. Let me ask that one more time, because just for the audience who doesn't know what Radio Taiso is, it is a practice that came from the United States.
What? That I didn't know.
Yes, in the early 1900s, we had a practice in Chicago at the Chicago MetLife Insurance Company. I don't know if you've heard of MetLife.
Wow, yeah, I've heard of MetLife. They're a big company.
Right. So the MetLife Insurance Company had a series that they were putting out there on the radio for people's health, so that they would, stay moving, stay active. And the Japanese came to the States, and this is before World War II. They came to the States like 1930s, right? And they were like, oh, the Americans are doing this movement, and they all do it. And it's on the radio, and it's a really great idea. Brought it back to Japan and blew it up. Just like they came over and saw the model, what was it, the Model T, right? Like,
the Model T?
The Americans, they have horsepower. All right. They went back and
horsepower.
Toyota, Honda, all these companies emerged and they blew it up, right? Innovation, but they, got the idea in the States. It was something that we were doing, and this
that I didn't know.
Radio Taiso was something that we were actually doing, but we didn't take it to the nth degree that the Japanese did, right? And now they continue to do it. What is it? It's a calisthenics workout, a stretch that you doing like military style, because that's the time that they learned.
I don't know.
Okay, we'll go ahead.
Military style.
No. Tell me about your experience with it. What was the first time you did it? Why were you doing it at that time? And have you done it since?
Let's see. First time was in elementary school, because what is it? Grades 4 through 6. I was in a magnet school that actually had Japanese as secondary language arts. So I learned all of Japanese culture at that point, just as regular curriculum. It was a class that I had to go through, just like music, just like art, on Wednesday it was Japanese, So going through that, we had a sports festival.
Yes.
We had a sports festival. We had a
Japanese thing.
March that we did going around, Maganet to school, adorimasho, each, ni, san, shi. Like, it was the whole thing. I can't remember all of it, and I can remember certain pieces, but I can't remember all of it, like, verbatim. But it was very Japanese. So before certain events, we would do Radio Taiso, and everybody gets in, and you spread your arms out to make sure you're not going to bump into anybody, and you do these stretches. Tuck, 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 tuck. You do little arm circles, and then you do big arm circles, and then you go the other way, and then you bring it big, and a little bit of this, back like this, a little bit of this, back like this. And the thing about it is that everybody is doing this in sync. Everybody's looking at the instructor or listening to the instructor or watching the video, and everybody's just like boom, 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 boom.
You said hold on. You said it was an instructor, so it's a person in the front.
Yes.
And then how are the participants, because they're not just the audience, they're doing it too. Are people lined up, shoulder length apart, arms length apart? Are they in a straight line? Yeah. Yeah. And then
lines.
And then
military.
And then rows back, right?
Okay. Yeah. I can see where you say military then. Yeah. Well, it does look very militant.
Bro, the first time that I did it was in front of 600 people, all wearing white shirt, short pants. Like the boys and the girls, they all wear the same thing. No. This is sports day, but it was the whole school.
Sports day. Okay.
Yes. All right. And you had the stage in the front. You had a person on the side of that and the person on the side of that. The person on the stage is like the leader. But the people on the side are also demonstrating it, right? And we're all facing the same way. It's me, son, she. Like that whole song is stuck in your head. All right,
that's
the
serious.
way that you do it. Radio Taiso, Ohayo gozaimasu, or Ohappo gozaimasu. I'm saying that to the Instagram crowd because we got some Japanese folks over there. Much appreciated. Love of my life is there, and she's joining in. And we talking about Radio Taiso, right? Radio Taiso no hanashi desu. Everybody knows it. What does it do for you? Why do we do it? But, you know.
I don't know. I feel like it's because it is such a militant thing, and because it blew up in Japan, it reinforces the whole lack of, I don't want to say lack of individuality, but the lack of importance of the individual, and how the importance is placed more on the group. So you as an individual person, you are not just you are a part of a whole. Whereas in Western thinking, it's like you are an individual in the whole. Versus, it's more so like, oh, you got to look out for number one, versus, oh, you have to look out for those who are around you.
Right.
The reason why you don't litter is because you don't want somebody else to trip over it or to see it as an eyesore. In the States, it's just like, oh, well, I don't need this anymore, so let me just toss it.
It's the harmony. It's the harmony is the thing. That's the key piece right there. To be at harmony with the other people around you. You are a piece of the puzzle, but you're only a piece. So don't overextend yourself. Don't aggrandizement. Right?
Don't have delusions of grandeur.
Yeah, man. When you just like, I'm the center of the universe. Like, not really. Right? Our planet is the center of the universe. Our sun isn't the center of the universe. Calm down, right? Everything doesn't revolve around you. You are a piece of the puzzle, an important piece, but not more important than any other piece, right? And to that regard, everyone does Radio Taiso together, does the movement together, but you are experiencing the benefits yourself, right? And we're all experiencing. So the benefits to the body, as mentioned in this chapter, is that you basically go through all of the emotions. One of the things, when was the last time you put your hands over your head? Like,
just now. You didn't see me?
For Radio Taiso. That was for Radio Taiso. Before that, when was the last time you actually put your hands over your head? Now, this is not lying down, like, I don't know if you like, no. Yeah.
I do it a lot, actually. I have to.
For what
because
reason?
I pick up my son.
You have to put him over your head?
Yes, every single time. Every single time. 1, 2, 3. And then I carry.
And then you bring him back down.
Every single time. Yeah.
Why? How did you get into the habit of that?
I realized that he liked it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They're smiling and laughing. He's flying kind of thing. Yeah.
I get to look at him before he either rests on me or tries to do something else. I get to look him in the eye. And then,
that trust that he's feeling up there, just above you. He might become a pilot, man. Just for that. So we touched on, this Japanese practice of Radio Taiso, and it was interesting that this is the only kind of uniquely Japanese. I mean, the others, are done in Japan, and even Radio Taiso did come from other places. Hold on. Before I even jump into the other like Eastern practices, he did make a distinction between light movement, and like exercise. So these guys don't have like a gym membership.
Yeah.
They're not like runners per se. And as someone who moves his body around a lot, how did that hit you? I mean, let me just ask about that a little bit. Because they're banging the joints, doom, 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 doom. go, 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 go. Right? Is all that necessary?
It is a little strange, but I mean, if you're looking at Eastern medicine versus Western medicine, you know, Eastern practices versus Western practices, they're very different. So going into this book, I have to go in with a certain mindset that things are going to be different. Things are going to rub me a certain way. I was like, man, you know, we're over here trying to, everybody wants, you know, beach body, you know, oh, so I need to go to the gym, I need to run, and I need to, but if you were consistently doing these exercises, would you be in a state of mind also, because these things are also linked to, but would you be in a place where you were already, you know, beach body ready year round? Something to consider. But it did rub me a little bit, because I was like, dang, like, and there's the whole thing of gym muscles versus functional muscles. There's a YouTuber, I can't even remember his name, but he says, "Stay flexy." No,
oh, stay flexy. That's my boy.
Stay flexy. Yeah. And he's super like, but he's strong enough to lift his own body, and he can like jump and catch a bar with his hands behind his back. And I was like, what the heck? But it's
a bar, not like a bar, a pull-up bar.
A pull-up bar. Yeah. Like he can jump, catch it behind his back, and then flip. I'm just like, hey, okay, fine, you got it.
Untouchable. You can't.
Yeah. So you can be very muscular, but they be for show. The muscles be for show, and he is actually flexible. And there's another guy that does some videos with him who is a bodybuilder.
Oh, the big
who is actually flexible. So
he's working on this.
You can still,
So yeah, there's a lot to be said for flexibility. A lot to be said for like taking care of movements. Don't even get wrapped up in the muscular piece. Get wrapped up in the flexibility piece and how important that is. So that's like a good preface for that conversation. What the elderly were doing as far as like health, though, is they were staying moving. And that's the thing. Like we have this society, especially right now, after Corona. Look, I got to talk to y'all directly. Right now, after Corona, you may find yourself in a situation working from home, just like this. All right. And you know, you're tapping away on your keyboard all day long. You notice you haven't had back pain or neck pain or waist pain, or the blood isn't circulating to your legs properly. Look, I'm talking to you. Take care of yourself. Get up, move. All right. Every 25 to 30 minutes, because your digestive system, according to this chapter, your digestive system is starting to fall behind. After 30 minutes, your metabolism will slow down. After 90 minutes, the good cholesterol that was being produced stops, and now you have bad cholesterol moving through your body. This may save you from a heart attack. Listen up. This is a really important chapter as far as longevity. All right, I just need to say that.
Definitely.
So the question is, do you get up and on your feet every 30 minutes? Right? My watch keeps telling me to do that. And your watch keeps telling you to do that. You know, can you learn to ignore that setting? Or
no. I'm usually up and about every 30 minutes. I can say naturally, that because
like the job is making you stand up.
Yes and no. So I've put it into practice that if I need to talk to certain people, instead of sending an email to an office that's like 2 offices down, I'll go to that person. And I'm just like, all right, you know what? Let me go, and first off, it makes it more personal. I get more steps, and I get that movement. Listen,
you do get more steps.
Threefold. You know, why not?
Easy win.
I'll print something out, and I'll go to the printer to get it. instead of printing it at the printer that's right on my desk.
Oh, so, really?
Yes. So little things like that, and it's to me, it's like, okay, I need to get my 10,000, so I need to move. Besides that, I take my 15-minute break, walking.
You don't skip your breaks.
Nope, I do not skip my breaks. My lunch, I try to take my lunch to work so that I can eat it at work, and then I can spend like 30 minutes walking during lunch. Then I hit another 15 in the afternoon. Sometimes before I leave work, I already have my 10,000 steps.
You do? No, folks, he really does. This dude is crushing it. I don't know what he's doing. I wake up every morning. I do my 3.5 kilos on my feet. All right, and somehow I'm still losing this.
Still ahead of you,
burning through. I don't understand. That's what it is.
It's the consistency. It's the consistency.
Yo,
gotta be consistent.
Hold on. Now, I understand. Like, you actually doing some things out there that I was not doing. This is during work. You literally get up and go print things out. I ain't printing nothing out. All this is digital. All right. What's that? What's that? You just got a notification. You got to stand up and do some things. Twist.
No,
all right,
I'm at 9,913 steps. Mind you, on the weekends, I only do 5,000. Today, I am going to get my 10,000.
Mind you, it's only one. Okay, in the afternoon, folks. It's 1 in the afternoon. What does this dude doing? 10,000
for you
steps already. 9,000.
For you, it's 1 in the afternoon. For me, it's 9 p.m.
Look. The earth is feeling it, okay? Either way, you putting steps all upon the earth's back, all right?
On the earth. Upon the
earth's back. Upon the backside. Walk upon it, all right? Like, I understand this, all right? But, all right, let's look a little deeper into some of these philosophies, though, because it was interesting. My question is, as you were listening to this chapter, one of the first things they talk about was yoga fire. All right. Let's talk about yoga.
Yes.
Any experience with yoga? Because it mentions so many different types. You had jhana, you had karma yoga, you had bhakti yoga, you had mantra yoga. Mantras to yourself, kind of thing, right? You had Kundalini yoga, you had Raju, the royal yoga. And you had Hatha yoga, that's the one that's probably most familiar to folks, the one where you do poses. And the purpose of that is one for balance, trying to create balance in your life and quiet in your life. My question is, do you have any experience with all these yoga things? Yoga also being, let me just gotta put this out there. Yoga, and the yoke. You got that? Did you catch that too? The yoga and the yoke. The yoke being this cross piece that the beast of burden puts on their back to move.
Yeah.
You guys over there on CrossXCulture, you make sure that cross is on your back as you're doing your movement.
Yes.
Now go ahead.
Says my yoke is easy and my burden is light. So not only what is on you is not bearing down so much, but what you're carrying is also not bearing down as much. Because you could have a heavy yoke and have a light burden. Or you could have a heavy burden and have a light yoke. But when both of those things are easy, when this burden right here on top of you is good, and then what you're carrying is light, it's like, I can move a little further. I can go a little faster.
Okay.
That's my burden is easy. Oh, no. My yoke is easy and my burden is light. That's...
So you're not feeling it. Okay. I wanted to let that sit, folks. If you understood exactly what that meant, go ahead and hit us up in that comment section and dissect what this man just said. All right. Like, I see what he meant. I see what he meant. Tipsy Japan, you a little TPC today, man. TPC Japan, you a little tipsy today, man. It must be something. It was perfectly clear to me. I knew exactly what it meant. My question is, have you ever? Is what the lifestyle? Your lifestyle is one of light burden carrying.
So all right. For those who don't know, I did study religion in school.
Okay.
I took a class on religions of the world, and this one came up.
Yoga.
Yes, because that's the Buddhist. The way of life is yoga. So yoga.
The way of life is yoga.
The way of life is yoga, right? Or your path to enlightenment is yoga.
Oh.
So that's the burden that you put on yourself. Like, I'm going to find enlightenment like this.
Oh.
So I've never heard it translated as yoke. I've heard it translated as the way. So it's like the way, the path to enlightenment that you choose. So if you are saying, hey, I'm going to be a bodybuilder and that's how I'm going to find my enlightenment, there's something for you. If you say, hey, I'm going to study and that's how I'm going to find my enlightenment, there's something for you. The only rule that I've heard after talking to people who are Buddhists or who are in countries that are predominantly Buddhist is that once you pick your way, you need to go wholeheartedly. So, I mean, you can switch after, but it's like, give it 100%. If you decide like, oh, this isn't the path for me, I gave everything and I'm still not, then switch, but give it 100%.
Right, because that's how you get to the top of that mountain, right? You don't get to the top just, oh, well, I'm gonna slide back down.
I guess today I'm gonna do this and tomorrow no.
Yeah, you start walking sideways and you're never gonna make it to the top. One foot after the other. I see. Yeah. Well, you know, let me go a little deeper on those then. You know, to actually see what the different yogas are. And translate them too, because they were all in different languages. I was just like, man, all right, I'm listening to this. I knew I did some hatha yoga before, and it's stuck in my mind, just like Radio Taiso was kind of stuck in my mind. And the fact that you mentioned the road or the path, when I'm doing my jogging, and I know it's not super effective and super efficient, but lately I've been on my right? Really? I'm saying this aloud, and as the people I'm passing, I'm like, hey, just going, boom, 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 boom. And I got
on the pavement.
Look, I got that from Kendo, which is the road of the sword, right? I got that from Kendo, because that's what we would do when we're going around the dojo, and we all saying it together. And it's like the next person is like, hey, go, and you say the name of the school, and then move like the next person says it. And we all saying that one after the next. Boom, boom, boom. And you get in that rhythm, man. It feels really good. So when I'm hitting the pavement, and it's just like, I'm saying this aloud, and the people that, you know, I'm coming up, I'm gonna pass you, right? Even when I get to them, I'm like, you know, good morning. Because that's what this book is talking about, saying good morning, greeting to the people that you meet. That's where long life comes from. You know, I'm pushing and pushing and pushing, but you know, there's push and pull, and there's a balance there too. And yeah, using some of that yoga, like I got a little piece of my Ashtanga sunrise, sun salutation in the workout on the daily grind. Go ahead and check that out in the well, I mean, for our members over here on TPC Japan, you will see that, right? It's part of the daily grind. Like there is a yoga piece to that, and yeah, I'm taking that to the nth degree in the fact that I'm doing it each day. So check it out. Another important piece that they used though was Tai Chi. I was wondering if
Tai Chi.
Yes. In Japan they call it Tai Choku Ken. Tai Choku Ken, where you like hugging trees and moving around. And you know,
that sounds so much better in Japanese.
No. The name of the translation is not hugging trees. That sounds great.
But no. Tai Choku Ken. It sounds so much better than Tai Chi. I just personally, to my ears, it's like, because when people hear Tai Chi and automatically associate with like soft, you know, but there's components of Tai Chi that are very forceful, which I found out in the chapter. So Tai Choku Ken it has more punch to it, you know. It's like Tai Choku Ken. Like, oh no,
It does sound good. Did you have any experience actually doing it though? Like I've done it in front of myself, I have done it in front of temples. Yes, in front of Japanese temples with the elderly back when I lived in Ichikawa. And yeah, it was cool. But it was, I could see how it would help, like stretch wise, like you actually focusing very deeply on all of the movements, and you feel it in your hip, you feel it at the ankles just above, right behind the shin, like all of that calf muscle, just there's some lipids, not lipids, ligaments. What? Nah, I'm like the lymphatic system, like dirty,
okay,
old things, waste product that needs to flow out of there. And because it's at the bottom of your leg or whatever, unless you putting your legs up so that stuff flows down, or you moving your body in such a way to stretch it out of that stagnation, it kind of sits down there. And I've seen some ankles, man. They call them Dutch ankles, and I ain't trying to be mean to nobody Dutch, but it's like the legs just go out. Yeah, no, they said about me. Yeah, like the leg. In just America, we call them
cankles. I don't know why, but they're called cankles. Like when your legs just go straight. Like there's no definition between, like it doesn't taper and then go to your ankle. Taper. It just
that's all waste.
Just not to
there at the bottom, bro.
Not to scare anybody, but that is a telltale sign of a lot of different health problems, mainly renal failure.
Renal failure, is that what it is?
Yeah, kidney failure.
Kidney.
Yeah, so kidneys you might want to
clean stuff out, right? The kidneys.
Yeah. They're definitely a filtering organ. That and your liver. But I think kidneys are more for liquid waste than livers. Well, no. It can't be more for solid waste, but they're both part of the same system. No,
right?
Because if you drink, then your liver is fatty, so it can't just be for one or the other.
I know the kidneys is for cleaning stuff out, and it's part of the lymphatic system. And certain massages that people do to get that stuff moving does help. But if you're doing Taikyoku-ken, like you can literally see the circulation is improving in those areas, right? So yeah, doing that a little bit every day, you would be surprised. All right. It's a lifestyle though. It's a lifestyle that we're talking about. And some of the they talk about all these different styles of Taikyoku-ken. Like I can go to the Wu style and the hobble style and the the breathing part too. He's talking about the wood pose, earth pose.
Yeah, I was like, man, this is all new to me. New to me.
My question is, the final question is a wrap up, because we have reached the end of the time, folks. Is like, as you listen into this chapter, were you actually making the moves yourself? And I don't mean DMs, all right? I mean, were you actually were you actually getting up and like, all right, let me see what he's talking about? Because he walks you through how to do
he walked through exactly how to do sun salutation, exactly how to do the breathing exercises.
Yeah.
I did not. I tried to envision what was going on, but I didn't actually get up and do.
Did you?
Because I wasn't in a position where I could. For the most part. I mean, it's definitely worth a re-listen. Definitely worth a re-listen, because I definitely could have missed something. Because I'm familiar with sun salutation. That's not new to me. But all of the Tai Chi stuff, I could definitely go back and listen to that.
Okay. Well, for me, I tried to do the movements as well, and it was stuff that I was familiar with. I was doing the same thing as you, but when that don't work, got myself a pen, a pad, just wrote it down. It's your boy TPC Japan telling you that that's what it is. Folks, open up that book, put your headphones on, get your juice, all right? Enjoy life. Go ahead. Ace, hit them off, man. Let them know what it is, man, as we wrap up here.
Well, this chapter was talking about, gentle movements, but also talking about a spiritual component. You know what I say? Stay prayed up. Be blessed.
Amen. Amen.